Hi, and welcome to The Update. I'm Ashlyn Gerbaz. This week we'll be talking to freshman Ashley Wheeler, presenting a new segment and debunking another fake news story. Theater major Ashley Wheeler has a lot on her plate this semester, but still had time to sit down and tell me a little bit about an upcoming project of hers. Besides being deeply involved in the theater, Ashley is a sister of the Gamma Phi Beta sorority chapter on campus. She's a competitor of the Miss American co-ed pageant and an avid gym goer, which made her the perfect candidate for our Math 365 segment. Although Ashley is very busy and just a freshman, she landed the lead role in the Mesa Experimental Theater's upcoming show, Miss Julie, as Julie. I had the opportunity to talk with Ashley about the show and her past in the theater. Check out the interview now.
That we're doing of the play Miss Julie, written by August Strindberg, is about class, gender, and identity in relation to modern day society. And I play Miss Julie, who is a 25-year-old female who she is attracted to her valet, so her servant. And Miss Julie was written in the 1800s, so at the time, this sort of relationship was incredibly scandalous. It would never have been acceptable. As a kid, I always kind of loved performing. I ended up at Grand Mesa Middle School here in Grand Junction, where they had acting classes, or like theater classes, what they called, and we had a drama club and everything. And it was, I want to say, like the official beginning of my acting career. We had a teacher who took our ideas and characters that we came up with and like wrote them into like one big script. And a lot of my friends were in the drama club. It was something that I was really passionate about, and the program itself ended up being cut before my 8th grade year, which was incredibly unfortunate. I continued into high school with theater, and it's always been something that I've been incredibly passionate about. It's not something that I can say, oh, you know, this is where I started. I feel like it's always been a part of me. It's always been who I am as a person. I was in quite a few productions there. I was in the very first musical that I did was Annie, and I was a Hoovervilleite. And then I was also a rich New Yorker chorus member, and I got to wear the most fabulous pink dress. I was in Alice in Wonderland. I was a flower, one of the talking flowers. I was in a production of The Little Mermaid Jr. I was in Anne of Green Gables. Once Upon a Mattress, I played Queen Agravain, and that year we did an adaptation of The Prince and the Pauper. And so my senior year of high school, I got to play Lucy in You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. I really want to change the world through theater.
The show will be in the Black Box in the Moss Performing Arts Center from March 31st through April 1st at 7:30. So be sure to check it out and congratulate Ashley. Trump is working on giving future presidents a new Air Force One plane, and like any big project Trump gets into, he fabricated the truth. This time, Trump claimed to be saving the taxpayers a fortune. Trump said during his rally in Florida, "We got that price down by over $1 billion. I probably haven't spoken, to be honest with you, for more than an hour on the project." But later the Air Force commented on this statement, saying they couldn't account for the $1 billion in savings. And earlier in December, Trump mentioned the project with Air Force One and Boeing that the new plane would cost $4 billion. Trump tweeted on December 6, "Boeing is building a brand new 747 Air Force One for future presidents, but costs are out of control. More than $4 billion. Cancel order." Experts chimed in after the statement, saying the plane would cost more, around $3.73 billion, which may not sound like a huge difference, but in terms of hundreds of thousands of dollars, it certainly is. And The Atlantic chimed in on the gossip, reporting that this project is still in very early stages. Granted, President Trump is still new to office, and there is no concrete budget yet. Now that the hockey season is over, I found myself needing new things to do on the weekends, and I'm sure fellow Mavs feel the same way. This has sparked a new segment where I will check out a new shop on Main Street each week. So if you're looking for a fun date night idea or cute boutiques perfect for springtime shopping, be sure to tune in this week. I went to Brown Shoe Company and had the chance to speak to the longtime owner, Greg Palmer. The store is currently having a huge semi-annual sale in case you're in need of some Birkenstocks or some springtime running shoes. Let's go now and check out one of the cutest little shoe shops in Western Colorado and get to know Greg.
My name is Greg Palmer, and I'm originally from the state of Montana, about 16 miles off the Canadian border. It wasn't a beach town. I've been in the shoe business since 1970. I bought this store in 1980. I currently own 6 shoe stores around the western part of the United States. I bought my first shoe store in Durango, and from there came up to Grand Junction because I got to choose to live in Durango or Grand Junction, and I chose Grand Junction. I happen to really like Grand Junction. In fact, about 8 years ago I was fortunate enough to be the mayor of the city of Grand Junction. I served 8 years on the city council. And so I just find Grand Junction to be very friendly, very open, a lot of business opportunity. The college has been a big part of the community. It keeps it young and vibrant. It's just been a great place to be in business, to raise children, to enjoy life. It's a wonderful place to be. In family type of shoe stores, and we are, you're looking for people anywhere from 18 to 55. We are usually looking for people who are looking for better quality and better service. We are, in our vernacular in the shoe industry, a sit and fit store, which means we actually sit down with customers, talk with them, measure feet, know a little bit more about footwear other than this is the blue one and this is the green one. And so we're kind of a throwback to the old way of doing business, but then our company was founded in 1911. This company is technically 106 years old. I was working fast food through high school and got injured in a restaurant accident. And because I was a DECA student and you had work credit, I was required to work in order to graduate. And they found a job in a shoe store for me to finish out my senior year so I could get my credits and graduate. And I just thought the shoe industry was very interesting and have all along. And so from then on, I just got hooked. It's nice to be your own boss, but business itself it's challenging. It is not physically hard, mentally hard, absolutely, a lot of hours, but it's rewarding. You meet a lot of great people, you're visiting with folks all day long, you're inside, out of the elements, you're not digging ditches and pounding nails, so to speak. And it's been very rewarding. I've just enjoyed all aspects of business, from hiring and training people to buying, retailing, merchandising, advertising. It's just, there's something to do all the time. Mondays and Saturdays are incredibly busy days for us. Mondays, there just is a lot of little things to do. Saturdays is the busiest day itself. Most of the days are filled with, customer contact, a lot of freight, a lot of book work, a lot of organizational skills to make sure that the business itself is running, to make sure that the staff have the tools, the shoes, the training they need to do the things that need to be done. A lot of delegating, but that's every day there's just a little something different. Every day there's something that kind of pops up. We're kind of a family. Because we have several stores, it's an opportunity to be able to trade merchandise, talk with other people, what brands are selling well. Right now, Birkenstock, Chaco seem to be very popular brands. We're glad to have those. It could turn, a couple of years ago it was Uggs. It's always something different, but it's mentally challenging. It's rewarding because we spend a lot of time with customers, and we tend to get the people who have issues with their feet, and they don't have anywhere else to go. They don't have anybody else to listen. They don't have anybody to sit down and talk to and help. So that part of it's good, but just the opportunity to interact with people all day, that's a great part of business, and to be rewarded for it, and to be in business for as long as we have. We've been in Grand Junction for 37 years, and I've been here for all of them. But being in business is terrific. Being in business on Main Street is even better. We don't do malls, we do main streets, and there are not a lot of main streets like Grand Junction. It's very unique. the art on the corner, the restaurants, the atmosphere, the after hours. Main streets are kind of the heart of communities, and a lot of main streets have died because of malls and sprawl and other things that have happened. This is a real unique main street, and most people who live here don't really understand that or appreciate how unique this street is until they go somewhere else and they don't have that. You know, it's a place to have parades and to have events and to come down and just enjoy it. And to be part of that fabric of the community, that's special.
Thanks for tuning into the update. I'm Ashlyn Gerbaz, and it's been a pleasure. Now let's go check out the newest ASG press conference with President Ben Lindsay. Have a stellar week, Mavs.
Good afternoon, Mavericks. My name is Ben Lindsay, and I'm your student body president. Today is February 24th, and I'm here in the CMU TV studios for our weekly press conference. This week at our meeting, we had several bills come across the floor. One of them was a bill that we saw last week, and we saw it for our second time. It was a bill to allow floor amendments for the senators, and we'll be voting on this next week. So it allows us for senators to amend the bills on the floor and also be able to deny bills completely. We also had several other allocation bills. The first one, 1625, was for Sculpture Guild. They asked for $1,000 to go down to a convention in Birmingham, Alabama, from April 3rd to April 10th. And they'll be sending 8 students to the conference and competing in a cupola competition down there. That passed unanimously. We also had Bill 1626 for Psychology Club, $931.79 for them to attend a Rocky Mountain Psychological Association Conference in Salt Lake City, Utah, from April 6th to April 8th. And they will be taking several students who will be presenting. 2 of them will be receiving regional recognition for their work on projects that they've done here on campus. We also had a resolution come across the floor, 1602, regarding campus safety. I'm going to read this resolution because it was a strong debate point on the floor. Resolved, whereas campus safety is a concern of major importance to the Associated Student Government, and whereas the blue light emergency telephones, blue lights, are obsolete, have a high rate of failure, and are costly to maintain, and whereas the blue light's utter unreliability and impracticality do not in any way positively contribute to campus safety, and whereas the usage history of the blue lights is not sufficient to merit the maintenance nor the retention of the system on campus, and whereas the Campus Safety Walk program, university hired or contracted police officers, and a well-lit campus can ensure comparable safety regardless of the presence of the blue lights. Be it resolved by the Associated Student Government of Colorado Mesa University that the university should remove the blue lights and seek alternative safety measures for the campus as soon as possible. This resolution did receive a unanimous vote from the Senate, and it did receive my signature as well. We sent it to John Marshall's desk with that as well. In the past, it has been a large debate on whether we should have blue lights on this campus and how safe they actually are. It's come to our attention that several of them are actually out of order and would not be reliable in the case of an emergency. Therefore, we determined that for the safety of our students, we should look into other options to better serve our students and ensure that they are safe on our campus. So that debate will continue within the Senate, and we will be sure to look for other options to keep our Mavericks safe. In the meantime, I do have full confidence in all of our current systems and professionals that do keep our campus safe, and I do believe that it is a very safe campus. Also on the agenda, we have our Montrose meeting this upcoming week on the Montrose campus. We will be driving out there, having the meeting on the Montrose campus, and all students are welcome to attend, specifically Montrose students. We want those that are on the Montrose campus to come. If they have public input for us, the student government, we will be in one of their buildings provided by that campus next Wednesday at 7 p.m. We also had a discussion with President Foster this week about the budget and the future of the tuition costs for the school, as well as student fees. He assured us that student jobs and MavWork jobs on campus are going to be protected when it comes to increasing and decreasing certain areas in the budget. He wants to ensure us that those will maintain the same amount of funding, and we should expect to see some form of tuition increase. That number is unknown at this point in time. Also on our agenda for the week, we have the election intent forms will be open on March 6th, and they will be due the 15th of March. A reminder to all those that are running that you may not announce your candidacy until after the form are turned in on March 15th, and that's just to ensure a fair and equal election. We also have our MAV Awards nominations open this week. They are on OrgSync under the Associated Student Government tab. There are 18 awards that are available for students. I will list those off, and we accept nominations from anybody on campus. It's a pretty simple form to fill out. It's essentially a letter of recommendation, why you think that person should receive that award. The awards are as follows: Maverick of the Year, Student Leader of the Year, Club Leader of the Year, Club Member of the Year, Club of the Year, Organization Leader of the Year, Org Member of the Year, Org of the Year, Student Athlete of the Year, Sports Team of the Year, and Student Humanitarian of the Year. And then non-student awards consist of the Club Advisor of the Year, Org Advisor of the Year, Academic Advisor of the Year, Faculty Member of the Year, Staff/Employee Member of the Year, Alumni of the Year, and Grand Valley Leader of the Year. So we do want all students and staff and faculty to put nominations in for these awards. We want them to be competitive, and then the winners will be decided on based off the letters of recommendation that the committee receives that was formed by Director Hanley. With that, I believe that's all I have for the week. Are there any questions for us? Facebook Live? Alrighty. I'd like to thank you guys for joining us this week, and if you have any questions, please comment on the video below. And thank you again to CMU TV for offering their facilities and staff to put on this event every week. Join us next week, Friday at 3, for another press conference. Have a good week, Mavs.